Today we are watching one of my all-time favorite movies, Happy Gilmore. And we're going to be breaking down how you can actually learn invaluable personal finance lessons, all by watching a movie about a golfer who thinks he's a hockey player. Happy Gilmore may be known for his unorthodox golf swing,
All in the head. Yeah, it's all in the hips.
his legendary long drives, and to be the only hockey player to take off his skate and try to stab somebody.
I'd like to see you try. Let's do it then.
But is he also actually a finance genius? Stick around, I think you're gonna be pretty surprised at what you find out. Okay, so the movie opens with Happy trying out for a hockey team. He doesn't make it because he's actually a terrible skater and he's in dire need of anger management.
Is that goal regulation size or what?
The movie then pivots to Happy getting a phone call from his grandmother because the IRS showed up and threatened to take possession of her home because she owed the government quite a bit of money in back taxes. So this is where we are going to jump into the movie.
Just doing our jobs.
What are you talking about?
Your grandmother hasn't paid her taxes in over a decade.
What? Grandma, you didn't pay your taxes?
I would have, but I didn't have any money.
Where are you taking all their stuff?
I'm not taking her stuff, okay? The government is. It's not like I'm taking her stuff over to my place.
Okay, so we get to the whole point of the movie here, which is that grandma has not paid her taxes and the IRS has now showed up to start taking possession of her things. I will say the IRS doesn't normally do this right off the bat. They're normally going to do other things like garnishing your wages so they can come in and actually start taking your income before you ever see it. Just saying, pay your taxes. The IRS is no joke. The next thing that I'll see that they do is that they'll start putting tax liens on your property, so you can't actually do anything with your stuff unless the government says that it's okay.
Mrs. Gilmore owes the IRS $270,000 in back taxes.
Oh, my God.
We have to take the house. And if you can't get the money together in 90 days, we're gonna have to sell the house to someone else. You hate me, don't you?
No, I don't hate you.
Okay, so now we've learned that the IRS has spilled the beans to Happy. He's now found out that his grandma owes $270,000 to the government in back taxes. And they have to get that money together within 90 days or they're going to auction off grandma's house and they'll lose it forever. Here's the thing. This movie was actually made in 1996. So $270,000 back in 1996, if you adjust that for inflation to today's dollars, that's actually around like $530,000. Which is an insane amount of money. So grandma either must have been killing it and then didn't pay her taxes or just decided never to pay the taxes ever for a really long time.
Look at this stupid thing.
This is gonna be hilarious. Look, I'm standing. Beginner's luck. $20 says you can't do it again.
Bring it on.
You boys are gonna pay for that. Ow!
You made a bet. Pay the man.
Okay, I absolutely love this clip. There's a huge finance tip hidden in this little piece of the movie. Happy has actually stumbled upon something he's actually really good at, and that is smashing a golf ball over 400 yards, which is absolutely crazy. He's already had this talent, though, for a long time because he played hockey, and the movie opens, and he's smashing a slap shot into some glass and shattering it, right? So he's actually had this talent for a while, but he didn't know how to use it to make money. Well, now he's figured out how to use that talent to open up a side hustle or a side business to start making some extra cash. Here's a huge finance lesson out there. If people want to make extra cash, do something that you're good at or that you actually love. Most people that go to their job every day, and they don't even like it anyway. So if you start a side business or a side hustle like this, like Happy did, do something that you love and use those talents that you already have to try and make some cash.
Step right up, folks. See if you can outdrive the amazing golf whacker guy.
Okay, there's another lesson right here as well. A lot of people will have these dreams and these things they want to do and these to-do lists that never actually get done. Happy's taking action, and this is what I like about this, is he actually getting stuff done. He just figured out that he's really good at golf and smashing a golf ball really far. Well, the next scene in the movie, you see him already at the golfing range, and he's expanding his side hustle or his side business, whatever you want to call it. He's already using that talent and that business to make extra cash right away. I love that he's already taking action because so many people don't.
I hurt a little, but I'm all right.
My God, son, what the hell are you doing?
364 more days till next year's hockey tryouts. I gotta toughen up.
Hey! So you're a hockey player, huh?
Yeah?
You're gonna give that up? You're gonna concentrate on golf.
Who the hell are you?
Chubbs Peterson. I'm offering to teach you how to play golf personally. For free.
No.
Okay, I want to stop it here real quick. This is a little bit odd. Chubbs has actually approached Happy to try and mentor him for free. Normally, it's the complete opposite of that. Normally, you would have to pay to be mentored by somebody else. And this is a great opportunity, and Happy is completely blinded by it. Chubbs is the club pro there at that golf course, and he used to play on the pro tour. That is a crazy good opportunity, and Happy is still blinded by hockey. And so the lesson here is don't be scared to pivot into something that maybe you didn't know that you were actually good at. And if this opportunity with Chubbs comes your way where someone's willing to mentor you for free and is where you wanted to be, you should consider taking it for sure.
You win the Open tomorrow, you're automatically on the pro tour.
Yeah.
Oh!
Don't worry about that. Made of wood. It's real sturdy.
Oh, boy. Sorry about that. Look, it was good to meet you. But, all right, I'm out of here.
You know, this is not real smart, kid. I thought you were pro material. Prime to make the big bucks.
Hey, Chubb. What kind of big bucks?
Okay, this is a great example of a mentor opening up pathways that you didn't even know existed, right? Happy had no idea that you could actually make a bunch of money by playing golf. And as soon as Chubb says, hey, I thought you were primed to make the big bucks, now Happy's listening because he remembers his mission is, oh yeah, I gotta help out my grandma and get her house back, right? So now he's kind of reeling back in. He's like, oh, maybe I should take advantage of this opportunity that Chubbs is giving me. So lesson here is to listen to your mentors. They can really open up different things and get you thinking about different things that you had no idea existed in the first place.
Just tap it in. Just tap it in. Give it a little tappy. Tap, tap, tap-a-roo. Grandma, 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 grandma.
All right, so Happy's playing in his very first tournament. If he wins, he actually gets put onto the pro tour, which then helps him make some more cash so he can get his grandma's house back. The thing is, he's struggling with his short game quite a bit, where he's 3 and 4 putting, and it's really hindering his ability to actually win the tournament. So to win, he's actually got to sink this last putt. And I love what he does here is he realigns to his mission. He remembers, he's like, yes, I forgot. I got to help my grandma. And so he's like, grandma, grandma, grandma. So what he did there is he realigned himself and he remembered what his mission was. He remembers what his goal was, and then he sank the putt. You can do the same thing in the real world. You can set your goals. I like quarterly goals myself. And then what I do is I actually say, okay, these are my quarterly goals, and then I push those down into daily and weekly actions. And actually, I just use my phone, and I have a habit tracker, and that tells me every single day I get to look at this, and I say, okay, if I do these things, I'm going to hit my quarterly goals, which I think will make me more successful. So Happy does that exact same thing here by remembering what his true mission is.
I'm a little bit bummed, though, you know. I thought we were going to get some money for this.
Oh, well, cheer up. You know, next week in Portland, the winner takes home $216,000.
Whoa. How about the guy who comes in last place?
$2,400.
All right. So no matter what, I'm going to get some money.
All right, so here Virginia's actually explaining to Happy that you can win quite a bit of cash by winning these tournaments. Even last place gets $2,400, which is quite a bit of money back in 1996. Wouldn't be a terrible weekend. What I like about this story, though, is that Happy is figuring out how to take his side hustle and turn it into a full-time position. That's his goal, is to start making a lot more money really fast so he can get his grandma's house back, right? Well, he's figuring out how to do that and replacing his old job with a new and better one that used to be his only side hustle. Okay, this is probably the most impactful clip of the entire movie, at least it is for me. What you notice here is that Happy is starting to make a lot more money. He's got a bunch of checks, as you can see, in his car. He's starting to win some money, not get last place. And what I want you to notice, though, is what he's driving and what he's wearing. even though he is making a lot more money, his income is exploding, he has changed nothing about his lifestyle. He's still driving the same beat up car and he's still wearing the same exact clothes that he was when he was making minimum wage or something. And that is the biggest lesson I think you can take away from this video is as your income rises, don't let your lifestyle change. Because that's what I see all the time with people is they're making really, really good money and they have absolutely nothing to show for it. There's no net worth in there. They just spend what they make. So this is a huge lesson that you can take from Happy Gilmore.
He's a disgrace to the game.
You may be right, but our ratings are up and we're attracting new youthful sponsors. I'm sorry, Shooter. There's nothing I can do.
Okay, I want to stop it here real quick. There's an interesting lesson in here. Here, Shooter is trying to get Happy kicked off of the tour, and Doug, who's like the director of the PGA or something, is saying, nah, I can't do that. And before, I think Doug probably would have wanted the same thing that Shooter does. But now, because of Happy and his ratings, they're attracting new youthful sponsors, which means the PGA is actually making more money. So now Doug actually has Happy's back, and he's like, Shooter, there's nothing I can do, man. We're making more money. Why would I do that? Why would I shoot myself in the foot here? And I think there's a big lesson here. How can you apply this in your own life? Let's say you're working at a job. If you're performing well, right, and you make your boss look good, or you make your company look good, or make your company more money, you're going to have a lot better shot at getting promoted. When you start getting those promotions, you're going to start making more income. So when you start making others look good, you're going to make yourself look good too.
The price is wrong.
I think you've had enough. No? Now you've had enough.
All right, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I have absolutely no idea how to relate this to finances. Maybe respect your elders. Don't punch them. Otherwise, they might actually end up kicking your butt. I don't know.
Bob Barker.
Okay, there has got to be another way to get the $50,000.
I don't even want to talk about it anymore, all right? I failed, okay? Let me just sit here and enjoy the one thing that makes me a little bit happy. This fresh, delicious, tasty, meaty, turkey-filled, cold-cut combo. I eat 3 every day to help keep me strong.
Okay, so at this point, Happy is suspended from the tour, and he's about $50,000 short of coming up with the $270 that he needed to get his grandma's house back. But he can't make money from golf right now. And so what does he do? He actually leverages the audience that he built by playing golf to make another income stream. This is actually a super genius move. And so he partners with Subway and makes a commercial and makes the extra 50 grand that he needs. And now he's got another income stream. This is a great move.
All these people. What's going on, Happy?
175, thank you, and a 2 now.
Oh my God, they're auctioning off the house.
No, this could be good. We'll get the house back cheaper than we thought.
And 250 and 225, thank you. 50 I have.
Maybe not.
275! And 275, new bidder in the middle and a 3. 3 now. And 350 down front and a 375. I have 350 down front and a 75. 75 anywhere. And 350,000 down front. Sold.
Okay, so now we're at Grandma's house, and they're already auctioning off her property, which is a huge bummer. I will say, though, this actually is a really good way for people to get started in real estate investing. They have these auctions every so often, at least in my area they do, and you have to come with 100% cash initially, but what's cool about it is they're normally going to be selling for quite a bit less than they would sell for on market. So when you're buying these things, you're buying into instant equity, which is pretty tough to do buying things that are on the market most of the time. So if you're looking to get in real estate investing, try to look up the local auctions in your area for distressed properties or people like Grandma who didn't pay their taxes, something like that. It can be a great way to start diversifying your portfolio and getting involved in real estate. A little caveat here, though, at least in my area, you're not allowed to go into the properties and look at them before you buy them. So I have heard some like crazy horror stories, and people finally get the keys, they're all excited, and they go put it in the door, and they open the door, and it's an absolute just circus. So be careful with that. There is some risk involved in that, but it could be a really cool way to get started in real estate.
Hey, Shooter.
No.
Tour championships next week, right?
That's right.
If I beat you, I get the house back. You beat me, I'll quit.
You're gonna beat me? At golf? Oh, you're on.
You're in big trouble, though, pal. I eat pieces of shit like you for breakfast.
You eat pieces of shit for breakfast?
No.
Okay, I don't want to condone any form of gambling here, but I will say I love how Happy bets on himself. I feel like that's a lost art in today's society, is the confidence and the attitude that Happy has here. He's like, you know what? I can beat this guy. I can do this. And he bets on himself to beat Shooter, and then Shooter makes himself look like a total idiot.
I was wrong, you were right. You're the best, I'm the worst. You're very good looking, I'm not attractive.
All right. As long as you're willing to admit that. Now, are you ready to get down to business and do exactly what I...
All right, this is a good one. Chubbs initially told Happy, he's like, hey man, you should put off joining the Pro Tour for now because we got a lot of stuff to learn. And Happy's like, nah, I got to do my thing. I got to go make some money. Chubbs didn't know that he was trying to help his grandma out, but still, he knew that Chubbs was right, and he came back in here and he's like, man, I messed up. You were right this whole time. And he's admitting where he's wrong. And so I think this is a great lesson to admit whenever you make a mistake. And that's in your finances or anything in your real life. You can always go back and apologize and admit where you're wrong. I think it's really healthy to identify where you did make a mistake so you don't do it again.
This is embarrassing. I'm a professional golfer, for God's sake.
No, it's your short game that's embarrassing. Come on, let's go.
All right, this is a great clip because Happy is a professional golfer and he's showing up to play putt-putt. And so he's like, dude, Chubbs, what am I doing here, man? I'm too good for this stuff. And Chubbs is humbling Happy here and he's like, dude, no, you're not. What's embarrassing is your short game. You can't putt.
Son of a ball, why didn't you just go home?
Suck my white ball!
And so I think it's really, really helpful and important for people to realize where they are weak, especially in your finances. Where are you overspending? Do you have a budget in place? Where are you weak in your finances? Identify that and then look to see where you can rectify it. All right, this is great because Happy's actually playing really well in the tournament, and Shooter's like, dude, I got to copy Happy somehow and to get those same results that he got. So I'm going to do exactly what he did. And I see this all the time in real life, especially in finances. People try to copy each other. They try to pick the exact same stocks or pick the exact same portfolio, and then they're upset when they don't get the exact same results because things are completely different. Everyone's finances are totally different. That's why they call it personal finances, because finances for you are very personal. So my point is, you can't just copy people and expect to get the exact same results. You've got to figure out what works for you.
Happy, hit it around the tower, sink your putt, and we'll go to sudden death.
Nah, I'll just beat him now. Ooh. Chubbs, I know you're gonna help me with this one.
Okay, so what we've seen here is a giant structure has just fallen in the way of Happy's putt. So Virginia comes over and she's like, hey, we'll just, putt around and then sink that next putt and then we'll beat Shooter in a playoff. Happy, he actually pauses. And just for a second, he analyzes all of his options. And then he figures out, I think I can actually go ahead and beat him now. And I love that because a lot of us make decisions the exact opposite. When something's falling or on fire or in our way or whatever it is, we act impulsively, right? Rather than actually thinking about what all of our options are and taking our time with that decision, we just say, oh, we got to fix the problem right now. And Happy doesn't do that. And so there's actually a great lesson here to have patience whenever you're making key financial decisions. All right, so that's Happy Gilmore. What do you guys think? Do you think that Happy Gilmore is actually a financial genius? For me, the guy figured out a completely new way to make $270,000 in 90 days. And then he didn't even have to spend the $270,000 because he ends up beating Shooter at his own game. And the entire time he's making this insane amount of money, he never changes his lifestyle throughout. So he actually gets to keep all that $270,000. All while he figured out multiple ways to increase his income by exploiting his talent. I can't believe I'm saying this, but Happy Gilmore is actually a financial genius. Well, thanks for watching. I hope you guys learned something. If you enjoyed today's content, be sure to check out my other video where I learned how to red pill my finances, all by watching The Matrix.